Okay, so I know today we talked a lot about your relationship and anxiety around food and eating. I know you particularly mentioned that sometimes when you eat, you tend to feel a little over full at the end of it. Um, this is something that a lot of people struggle with, and I have an activity that should help you. It's called mindful eating. And mindful eating, its purpose is to help you slow down and really think about the food that you're eating and appreciate it. And this sometimes causes us to recognize fullness before we've eaten everything. Another thing I want you to keep in mind before I explain the whole activity is it may lead you to not finishing everything on your plate, and that's okay. You can always come back to it later, or you don't have to come back to it all. Sometimes our eyes are bigger than our stomachs, and that's totally okay. And it's important that we recognize our fullness by our bodies and not by the food on our plate. So the activity involves giving yourself 20 minutes completely, no TV, no cell phone, no YouTube, just you, your food, and whatever you're drinking. 20 minutes to just sit down and eat. And I really want you to, maybe when you first start doing it, set a timer for a full 20 minutes so that way you're really giving yourself the full time to eat your food. I want you to make sure that you're eating each thing and closing your eyes to, feel the food. I want you to know what it tastes like, know the texture of it, know what it feels like. And as you're eating, I want you to just keep your mind on the food. And it tends to help us feel our fullness as it's happening instead of after the fact. And this will help you recognize those cues in your body, because sometimes we're not listening to our body, and we really need to. So I want you, tonight for dinner to try this activity. And you know what? If it doesn't work for you, that's totally fine. We can come back and find another strategy. But I really think that you could benefit from this activity. And I have a handout that gives you all the instructions that I just gave you, but in more detail. And that way, if you forget when you get home, you can look at the activity sheet. Okay, thank you so much, and I'm excited to hear back next session on how it went.